Lamar Jackson is now the highest paid player in the NFL. That's probably going to change sooner rather than later.
Herbert, Burrow.
Now, what do you think, man? Because the Ravens have helped him this offseason.
Mm-hmm.
Todd Monken, Zay Flowers, OBJ. Some internal improvements from Isaiah Likely is likely.
Isaiah Likely's nice.
And there's Nelson Aguilar. Not bad as a wide receiver 4. Not terrible.
Sound like John.
Or 5, because Duvernay's there,
Duvernay.
right?
That's wide receiver 4 in the game.
So what do you think about the Ravens team now?
Oh, I love this Ravens team. It was a unique way Lamar went about his situation, not having an agent. It was a bit noisier than I would expect out of Lamar, who for the most part has been a pretty quiet NFL player this offseason. But if you're the Baltimore Ravens, this is really the only option, right? They were picking in the 20s. You're not trading up to get an Anthony Richardson. You're not probably taking Will Levis there. I don't think that's the right fit. But what the Ravens did this offseason was finally surround Lamar with pieces that could help him improve his passing game. Not only do you add weapons with Odell and Zay Flowers, you also mentioned Isaiah Likely, who had a really good rookie season for a tight end, but you bring in Todd Monken, who's the exact opposite of Greg Roman. Greg Roman is run the ball, run the ball, run the ball, and to his credit, the Ravens had a lot of regular season success, but I think similar to I don't know, I don't want to compare it to basketball, but a Grizzlies team who's great on defense and then their half-court offense kind of stalls out in the playoffs. That's kind of how it happens with the Ravens, where the run game can work all regular season long, but at some point in the playoffs, there's going to be a couple minutes, or whether it's the end of the half, end of the game, where you have to go down the field, pass the ball, and make plays. And with the weapons that Lamar's had for the majority of his career, he wasn't able to do that. Partially is on Lamar, who came into the NFL as a really raw passer, has improved year to year. But the other part was the scheme, the system, and the weapons around him. So for me as a Lamar fan, I'm ecstatic about this. I mean, this team was really a touchdown away, a weird fumble on the goal line away from beating the Bengals in round 1 of the playoffs. Their defense, after they got
Roquan.
Thank you. Roquan Smith turned into one of the best defenses in the league, so you have to be excited about that. Mark Andrews, one of the best tight ends in the league, and now you have some real perimeter weapons. So the Ravens are going to be in this division. Before Lamar got hurt last year, they were in first place, so they're going to be right back in it again this year. Pittsburgh got better. Sure, Deshaun's going to be better than he was last year, so the Browns are going to be in it. But I feel like the Ravens have as good a shot as anyone to win that division.
This was best case scenario if you're Lamar Jackson, and I want to give him his props because the fact that he is representing himself, the way that it was handled, the way that he was being, his name was being absolutely dismantled, even at times on this podcast where, why is he representing himself? This is what he deserves, all this, that, and the third. But realistically, he handled it very, very accordingly to the fact that now we're talking about Lamar Jackson as the highest paid quarterback in the National Football League. And it's deserved. And I'm glad that my statement of we've never seen an MVP mistreated this much is now incorrect. Because for 2-3 weeks, maybe even longer than that, the conversations about Lamar Jackson and him not being worth the money was really gross to me. Lamar Jackson obviously is a top 7, top 6. If you want to have him in your top 5 quarterbacks, I won't argue with you. Lamar Jackson's obviously that special of a talent. And we've seen him progress as a passer. Forget as a quarterback. As a passer, we've seen him progress since coming into the league. The statistics last year may not provide that much, or may not speak to that. However, the year prior to his injury, it was his best statistical season passing. And then this past season, he has no Hollywood Brown. Bateman missing some time as well. It's just Mark Andrews and company. It wasn't an ideal situation. So credit to the Ravens because, yes, they tried to play hardball with Lamar Jackson. Ultimately, in the end, they gave in. They gave Lamar Jackson what he wanted. But they also, on top of giving him the money that he wanted, they brought in OBJ. They drafted Zay Flowers. They've tried to put a collection of guys now that we can respect and look at on this unit and trust that the Baltimore Ravens will have success. Joel, you mentioned it. They were a play away from potentially moving on to the next round against a team that they shouldn't have had a chance to win a game with Tyler Huntley as their starting quarterback. This defense is obviously special. Lamar Jackson into this offense, fully healthy, hopefully. This is a team that you have to look at and think they can make a run at this division and really make some noise come playoff time. Now you have some weapons that you can trust. Now Mark Andrews will not be double-teamed as often, where we saw last year where he really couldn't get anything going. That's really the big bonus to me because 2 years prior, when you had to worry about Hollywood and the deep threat, Mark Andrews was getting everything that he wanted. Last season, that wasn't so much the case because of the lack of talent. All the attention was on Mark Andrews, and he really struggled at times. But now you have OBJ hopefully healthy. His over-under, low. 500 yards, 4 touchdowns is his over/under for this
Hasn't
season.
played in a minute.
No doubt about it, but I still believe in Odell Beckham's talent. The 4 touchdowns, what I look at and think that he'll hit the over on. And then Zay Flowers, you add that explosiveness, both in the rush attack and the pass game. That intermediate can take the top off also. Zay's a very versatile guy himself. This offense is going to be fantastic. I'm really looking forward to watching the Baltimore Ravens play football this season. And all in all, most importantly, I'm happy for Lamar Jackson that he finally got paid.
Given the time that Lamar got paid, it makes me raise an eyebrow on whether or not Lamar Jackson has been holding out this entire time until the Ravens surrounded him with sufficient talent that he deems is good enough to make a run. Because Lamar could have signed this contract anytime, I think. Maybe the Jalen Hurts extension pushed him a little bit. Or maybe he noticed the Ravens got Zay Flowers. He noticed they signed OBJ for him. And now he was finally comfortable to commit to a franchise that had not had much receiver talent for a while. What I'm most excited to see this offseason is Todd Monken.
Facts.
Todd Monken in 2017 and 2019 with Tampa Bay, 2018 and 2019, or 2017 and 2018 with Tampa Bay, 4th and 1st in passing yards. 3 of his 4 years as an offensive coordinator, he ranked the bottom 20 in rushing attempts. This is a complete 180 from what the Ravens have been. The Ravens have been one of the top teams, the top team in running the football. They have not been pass heavy, and now that entire philosophy is about to change. And that's why they got a bunch of guys in free agency: Odell Beckham, Zay Flowers, Nelson Aguilar. You now have 4 receivers that I feel comfortable with Bateman, OBJ, Zay Flowers, Aguilar, Duvernay. Those are 5 okay receivers.
Bateman, the worry is injury and him staying on the field. That's really all it is.
And then you have Mark Andrews and Isaiah Likely still. You have a lot of passing options. I think the Ravens are going to go from a run-heavy team to one of the most pass-heavy teams in the league. And Lamar Jackson is going to have his best passing season in the NFL. And this is a team that had second-ranked offensive line, 3rd-ranked defense. If this offense figures it out, this is a Super Bowl contender. It's not just a playoff team. This is a Super Bowl contender. And right now, they're my early pick to win the AFC North. I think this team is that talented.
What's your Zay Flowers stat line? I know you're a big Zay guy.
I think he's going to have 800.
What's the point of me going forcing it 7?
Huh?
No, the Rangers
Rangers
are
are choking.
down 2-0.
bro.
And they're home, right?
Let's go.
No.
Oh, what the
I'm
hell?
a Devils
You
guy.
just flopped crazy.
I'm a Devils guy.
We was at Blue 42. He was room for the Rangers.
Were they up in the series, the Rangers?
Yeah,
We're
2-0.
up 2-0.
I'm a Devils guy, man. I'm a big Jack Hughes guy.
Guy's sick.
We were up
Crying
2-0
Jack
both
Hughes.
games at Pro.
That hurts.
We went to MSG, lost both.
Oh, damn. That hurts.
We
I'm about to
clutched.
ratio you.
Yeah, you saw my response?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cook.
My favorite thing to do is lie on the internet. He's beating me in my own game.
What'd you say?
I retweeted his tweet.
That's exactly what I said. I said, you're beating me in my own game.
That's pretty lame. I'm gonna retweet it later. I'm gonna retweet yours. I'm not gonna retweet yours. I want him to win.
Lakers in 4.
Lakers in 4.
Fuck you.
It's okay because Philly in 5. Philly in 5.
You got a point.
They're up 1-0. This is huge. This is huge. I mean, Lamar was 8-3 when they were playing. You know, when he's been healthy, they've been one of the best teams in the AFC. So that's something you got to tip your hat off to.
No, good.
What's
Keep
huge?
going.
A lot of things at this table, but
So over/under Ravens 9.5 wins next year.
over.
Someone just
Over.
retweeted this on the TL.
Let me
It's
see.
just not true. This brother had a master class. This Harden had a more master class.
He's burning you right now.
Yo, I'm dead.
Over.
Over.
Their offense would be elite. If Odell is healthy, I think Zay Flowers will have immediate impact. Mark Andrews
Still
is going to
got
be
Beam in
him.
there.
The running game is still going to be really good. Defensively, we saw when Roquan got there, they were an elite group. I expect that to be the same. I think they can easily win the division. I mean, not so easily because the Bengals are still around. Fucking Bengals. But they can win the division. They were leading the division back-to-back
The last
years.
2 years they have.
And then Lamar got hurt. So if as long as Lamar is healthy,
Yeah.
which is a big if, but if Lamar is healthy, this team can win the division. Like you said, this team can make a Super Bowl run. It has to be a lot. Lamar being healthy, Odell being healthy,
Facts.
Zay Flowers has to come make immediate impact. The offense flowing, having firepower. But if all that, the defense will always come to play. It's always been coming to play. But if that's the case, I can definitely see easily going over 9 wins.
I think it's going to be probably Bateman and Odell on the outside
Zay in the slot.
and Zay in the slot. And
I
I,
like
think
it.
Zay and Odell could probably flip-flop, obviously, because Odell's shown that when he's in the slot, he's an absolute demon. But I think that'll flip-flop. And I think that since Zay's the rookie, it'll probably be a little bit more flip-flop to cater to Odell. But I think that we will see, especially because Zay was a first-round pick, they want to get him going, and especially they want to get him a relationship with Lamar, especially early on.
That makes sense.
I think the Ravens are a 12-win team next year.
12, 13.
12. Damn, that's
What's
pushing
the,
for one
do you know the strength of schedule?
Not yet.
Schedule's supposed to come out the 11th, though.
Weren't they 8-3 before? Yeah, bro,
Back-to-back
12's
years.
not insane.
Back-to-back years.
12's not insane.
But I don't. Even if when the schedule comes out, I don't think I'm gonna look at that schedule and be like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna pick a lot of teams in favor of the Ravens.
I get you. The Ravens are tough.
There's only really a handful of teams that are better than them.
They're definitely.
Jets are one.
It's close.
It's close though. With the
Twitter, so great.
Fucking internet.